Hello, and welcome to Studio 415.
On today's show, you'll hear a big announcement about a school-wide video coming in the spring.
You'll hear from administration about why the final schedule is changing and what it means for students.
And you'll get to see how the fashion and culinary programs celebrated their student work.
All of that and more, coming up next.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Jacob Newland.
And I'm Grant Badgley. Carroll's radio and TV program is going to create another lip-dub style video in the spring of 2019. This video will happen during the school day and hopes to showcase the sports, clubs, extracurricular groups, people, and facilities of CHS.
Students and staff will line the halls and celebrate the school spirit as a camera passes by.
Carroll's RTV program created their last video in 2014, and it is the video you are seeing now.
We want your input on the video, so please check your inbox over the coming weeks from Google Forms from our teacher, Mr. Johnston.
In other news, the administration has put together a schedule that allows students to take advantage of a less stressful day during this final season.
Studio 415 reporter Gabe Schiller walks us through the changes that are being brought to finals and why students are so excited about them.
The new final schedule will take place over 4 days. The first day will consist of shortened periods for 1 through 6, then a 7th period final starting at 2 p.m. The next 3 days will all consist of 2 finals a day, beginning at 12:20 and 2 respectively. Starting with the shortened schedule and 7th period final on Tuesday the 18th, Wednesday will have finals for periods 0, 1, and 6, Thursday for 2 and 4, ending with finals 3 and 5 on Friday. The almost 4-hour block of time between 8:35 and 12:20 has been designated student success time and will allow students to study in whatever way is most beneficial to them. Officially, attendance won't be taken until the first final at 12:20, but students are encouraged to arrive before then to ask teachers questions and study throughout the school. This will be done through a sign-in and sign-out system that will allow students to go throughout the school and visit whatever teacher they need, or visit a supervised location to study such as the Commons or library. This new final schedule gives more freedom to students who are able to drive themselves to school. However, students who take the bus or are in 0 hour are still going to arrive at school at their normal time and won't be allowed to leave until 3:30 without parent permission. This means that they will likely fill up classrooms and other study areas quickly, so students who drive themselves to school will need to arrive early to ensure that they can still get into whatever classroom they need to for studying in light of the maximum number of students allowed per room. It is important for students to remember that this is a test run for the new finals schedule, and the use of this schedule in the future is entirely dependent on how students act during the allowed free time.
This is a trust. I mean, there's a lot of trust that I'm putting on the shoulders of the students. This is an opportunity for them to own this, and this is an opportunity for us to give them that responsibility.
Bidding began working on this new schedule earlier in the semester. The schedule was a collaborative effort between Bidding and Superintendent Dr. Chris Himsel. The schedule was finalized in mid-November, allowing it to be used in the winter finals of 2018. Bidding states that the main motivation behind changing the final schedule is student complaints about the review time before a final. Often, students would prepare the night before and would sit in class during review time anxious to take the final. The new schedule was mainly implemented to attempt to discourage cramming for finals and make the testing experience less stressful for students as a whole. Additionally, now if there's a 2-hour delay on a finals day, the schedule will remain unchanged. A majority of students are excited about the new final schedule. Many students who can drive plan to split student success time, spending some at home and some at school. One such student is Tabby Stephenson.
So what I think I'll probably end up doing is coming in at 11 or 11:30 if there's a day that I have a final exam that I want to ask teachers questions for, because I still want to be able to sleep in, but at the same time, if I have questions for teachers, I think it's a good time to be able to come in just a little bit earlier than we need to be here.
Many students also share the administration's concerns of students being in unsupervised locations during student success time.
There's like all that time where the freshmen and sophomores are going to be here, and I think they're just going to do whatever they want, and I don't think that's good.
If you have any unanswered questions or need clarification about the new final schedule, talk to a teacher or an administrator. For Studio 415, I'm Gabe Schiller.
Not all classes at Carroll are just notes and tests. The fashion and culinary programs teach students a profession and a hands-on experience.
The Fall Fashion Show is the ideal opportunity for these students to show off their talents in a professional setting. Studio 415 reporter Marcus Leach brings you the story.
On Thursday, November 29th, the Carroll Fashion and Culinary programs came together at the Parkview Miro Center for a night to remember. they welcomed guests 21 and older to the Carnival of Curiosities, a circus-themed show with a darker, more professional theme. Designers and chefs chose an aspect of the circus to base their work off of. Some designers even made multiple pieces for the show. Several months of preparation went into this spectacular event. Designer Grace Gomez said the end product wasn't easy.
Honestly, making everything and getting the deadlines done, it's just like you're freaking out and you're trying to get everything done, and it's like super stressful.
Each designer found a model to walk the runway wearing their design, which required lots of practice. All the models and designers met several days beforehand to rehearse the show so it looked well planned and professional. Senior Saul Guzman was thankful for the opportunity to be a model.
My favorite part of the show was just getting to meet everybody, all the other models and designers, and just getting to become friends with them and really just enjoy the moment, live in the moment, experience a new thing.
Once the show began, models took turns walking the runway to show off their stylish clothing. After every model took their turn, they all formed up on the runway with their designer so the creator of the piece could be recognized for it. The latter half of the show focused on the culinary students who are part of the Carroll Blue Flame. Around the border of the Miro Center, chefs served guests their tasty, circus-themed dishes. Chef Megan Pfeiffer explained just how much preparation went into the chef's creations.
It's us making a dish from scratch. So we start from nothing, we just get a category and just go from there. Culinary is a lot of work, but I love it. A lot of tears, a lot of blood, a lot of crying. But I love them. They're like my family.
With two great Carroll departments working together, the show was a smashing success, which drew a large crowd and brought many students together.
The Fall Fashion Show isn't the only event that these students participate in. Next semester, the Spring Fashion Show is available for all Carroll students. For Studio 415, I'm Marcus Leach.
2 weeks ago, the Relay for Life hosted their annual kickoff party.
The party was a way for leaders to share their ideas and to spread awareness of their cause.
In my report, I visited the kickoff party and learned more about the team's hopes for the 2019 relay. Here's what they said. On Thursday, November 29th, the NACS Relay for Life Committee held their annual kickoff party. At the kickoff, relay leaders announced the theme for next year's relay. The theme for the 2019 relay was chosen by students from each school in the district, who voted by donating to the theme they liked most. Around $500 was raised just from voting, and the final count ended with the student-chosen theme for the 2019 relay being superheroes. In addition to building up the hype and unveiling the theme, computers were available for relay signups, and the NACS relay leaders recounted the success of last year's Rookie Relay for Life.
There was 10 other rookie events in the nation. We did not get second. We were number 1 in the nation.
Organizers also announced that last year, the NACS relay, with help from the Whitley County relay, was ranked in the top 20 relays for all of Indiana by the American Cancer Society. While these accomplishments sound great on paper, they mean so much more for those who are involved with the relay. One such person is NACS Relay for Life co-chair Tammy Royer. She originally joined the relay because she had friends who were affected by cancer, and she wanted to try to help others, but while doing so, her life changed completely.
Well, then 2 years ago, I got cancer, and that's when they were talking about here, getting a Relay for Life here at Northwest Allen County Schools. So I was like, you know what? This is perfect. This is a great way to give back to those that helped me.
Royer is now cancer-free, and her passion for the relay has continued to grow. Every year, the relay has grown bigger with the help of staff and students. Senior Allison Nugent has been part of the relay team for 3 years now. She originally joined because of a friend, but began to like the positive vibes of the group itself.
Initially it was because a friend asked me to do it, but the reason I kept coming back is because everybody I think has a connection to people that have cancer, so it just gave me an outlet to connect to people.
If you want to contribute to the NACS Relay for Life, Royer says that there will be more fundraisers in the spring. The 2019 NACS Relay for Life will be on May 4th from 3 to 10. For more information, visit Tammy Royer in Student Services or go to relayforlife.com. For Studio 415, I'm Jacob Newland. Many kids in high school are employed and may even have multiple jobs.
But the balance between working and school can get pretty stressful. Studio 415 reporter Cameron Yamas looked into this dynamic and joins us now.
I had the chance to talk with those students and teachers about how having a job affects students' education. Here's what they told me.
A majority of Carroll students either have a job or plan to get one at some point in their high school career. There are many motives as to why teenagers may want to get a job. For one, some need to support themselves or their families financially. In addition, others get jobs for the experience and opportunities it could give them. Having a job can be very beneficial, says business teacher Ryan Taylor.
I think having a job during high school is a great experience for kids. It allows them to kind of see what the next step after education is going to be, and also start to learn some responsibilities that they may not be able to be exposed to here at Carroll High School or at home.
For these reasons and more, a job can be a great addition to one's high school experience. However, having a job isn't always easy. In fact, the balance between school and work is often difficult to manage. Setting aside time for homework can be tricky after working a shift, especially on weekdays. Carroll senior Ryan Norfleet, who works at Taco Bell, explains this dynamic.
There were some times where I had to work and there was like I'd have a text the next day, so it'd be hard to study for that long time after I get off.
Fortunately, there are strategies to taking care of these responsibilities and reduce stress in doing so.
We also had a chance to talk about how to manage having a job and what advice students and teachers have to offer.
Teachers recommend working 15 to 20 hours or less per week, leaving a decent amount of time for sleep and schoolwork. Despite this, many students work 25 to 30 or more hours a week. Working this much is not recommended, but with focused time management, it can be done. Colton Hathaway, a Parkview employee, has learned from experience.
Try to get a really steady sleep pattern, especially through the weekends. You know, if you go to bed every night at the same time, it's so much easier to wake up and stay focused in the morning, especially when going to school and trying to be here. So that's the biggest thing, is try to stay up on sleep.
In addition to the juggling act of responsibilities between school and work, it is important to find a job that you will benefit from. Most teenagers are happy to find any sort of a job, yet some end up quitting their first job just a few months in. There is nothing wrong with exploring different job fields, that you shouldn't get a job you know you won't enjoy. In fact, the closer a job is to your area of interest, the better. Business teacher Ryan Taylor stresses the importance of finding an opportunity that fits your post-high school interests best.
We have a number of programs here at Carroll High School. Some of them allow you to leave Carroll High School, and some of them you stay here at Carroll High School. The best thing that you can do is find something that you have passion for and go that direction.
Moreover, there are numerous opportunities for jobs and internships throughout high school. If you take advantage of them and manage them successfully, they can be truly beneficial. For Studio 415, I am Cameron Yamas.
That's all we have today. Thanks for watching.
The semester is coming to a close, so please be thinking about what stories we can tell next semester.
If there's an event you'd like covered, please tell us in advance.
For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great week, Carroll.
Days and friendly smiles, walk the halls with me. Studio 415. Watch the news unfold, never a dull moment. Students today create our future. Come and join the fun. Studio 415.